Bienvenidos. Welcome to another episode of my Stairwell Teatro. The name of this episode might have led you to picture Muhammad Ali, young, light, dancing in the boxing ring. Now, his name change story is perhaps the most famous one in my lifetime. True, Prince did change his name, but that name change just never stuck. Now, people change names for many reasons. Many folks change last names when they marry. And sometimes people change their first names so that it better reflects their gender identity. But the vast majority of people who change their names are not famous. So when a famous person does take on a new name, it has some getting used to time associated with it. Cassius Clay was already quite famous when he changed his name. He had won a gold medal for the United States in the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome. At 22, he had dethroned heavyweight champion of the world, Sonny Liston. Cassius Clay's face had been on the cover of major magazines. His picture had been in practically every hometown newspaper. We knew Muhammad Ali not just as a boxer, he was also a charismatic, loudmouth, rhyming machine. He coined a lot of interesting phrases that made it into the headlines. Rumble in the jungle, Thrilla in Manila, rope-a-dope. Well, several days after winning the heavyweight title, he announced that he had joined the Nation of Islam, and henceforth his name was Muhammad Ali, beloved of God, a name given to him by Elijah Muhammad. He told the press, Cassius Clay is a slave name. I didn't choose it. I don't want it. And I want you to call me Muhammad Ali when you write about me or talk about me or when you talk to me. As a young man, Ali was viewed as radical and divisive. He preached black pride. He criticized the United States harshly for its racist ways, and he refused to serve in the military. He showed up at the induction center in Houston, but when the name Cassius Clay was called, he refused to step forward. At a press conference following this refusal to step forward, where he had announced he was a conscientious objector, he also spoke about his opposition to the Vietnam War, saying that brown and black people in this country had no business going 10,000 miles away to a foreign land to fight with other poor black and brown people who'd never done us any wrong. That very day that he refused to be inducted, he was stripped of his heavyweight championship title, and the Boxing Federation banned him from boxing for 3 years. He was charged with a federal crime of violating the Selective Service laws and found guilty and sentenced to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. But he was allowed to remain free on bail while his case was up on appeal. The United States Supreme Court issued a ruling 4 years after his conviction. They were overturning the conviction. It took 6 years for the Associated Press and the New York Times to cave in and to begin using the name Muhammad Ali.